through the show.
We're excited. Should be a beautiful day for it. How's it feeling out there?
Yeah, it is still a little chilly. This is the view again from Dolphins, I should say, our All-In Credit Union camera looking down at Mardi Gras Park. It's still cold out there right now, 48 degrees, an east wind at 7 miles per hour. Other camera views showing you just lovely blue sky out there today. Fantastic stuff for the Gulf Coast. Here's a look towards Mardi Gras Park from our camera that is on Government Street. You can see the crystal blue sky. It is a very clear day. This afternoon is going to feel wonderful with temperatures in the 50s. Here in the next 5 hours, the forecast in Mobile, 55 degrees, topping out around 57 degrees this afternoon. Nice stuff there. And as we head to the evening time, eventually we'll get out of the 50s and go into the 40s. And it's going to be cool, but our overnight lows tonight are nowhere near what they were this morning. Here's our day planner through the rest of the day today, and you can see the numbers: 57 degrees, then 47 and 43 degrees by 9 p.m. In Pensacola, you have 55 degrees and dropping into the 40s by the time we get to 9 p.m., 46 degrees there with lighter winds. And looking at New Year's Eve tonight at midnight. This is the forecast, and I took a sample of locations so wherever you are, you can get an idea. For our inland spots, I think we're in the middle 30s, possibly upper 30s for midnight tonight. You see 36 degrees in Evergreen. In Mobile, I think it's close to 40 degrees. That's 39 that we have. The number may vary a little bit, but that's enough to where you're going to need the jacket. Fairhope, I have 44 degrees, not feeling bad. Jacket definitely needed though, and 45 down at Gulf Shores. We got a lot more to talk about in our forecast though as we look into 2026. I'll have those details coming up.
All right, Nick, thank you. Topping our headlines this morning, the Department of Health and Human Services freezing all federal child care payments to the state of Minnesota amid widespread allegations of fraud. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
David, can we talk to you?
The fight over alleged daycare fraud in Minnesota reaching a new level. The federal government is freezing all federal child care funding to the state. That's about $185 million per year.
That money should be helping 19,000 American children, including toddlers and infants. Any dollar stolen by fraudsters is stolen from those children.
This comes after a viral video by conservative reporter Nick Shirley Friday alleged more than $100 million in fraud at 10 daycares across Minnesota, claiming some centers were even abandoned.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell?
But on Tuesday, a local Fox crew visited a center featured in the video, ABC Learning in Minneapolis, and it was filled with children.
If I do something wrong, hold me accountable. I'm a human being. I can take my problem. But don't blame me something I have nothing to do with.
Governor Tim Walz says the state is already cracking down on fraud, and President Trump is politicizing the issue. The White House is hitting back.
People will be in handcuffs as a result of the fraud that Governor Walz has allowed to occur for many, many years.
The investigation has nationwide implications, with administration officials saying all states will have to prove they're using federal child care funding properly.
Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment.
The White House is now considering deporting immigrants who participated in the fraud, even if they're naturalized citizens. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Meanwhile, the man accused of planting pipe bombs outside the DNC and RNC 5 years ago is asking to be released from jail. Prosecutors say Brian Cole Jr. has admitted to making and planting the pipe bombs, telling law enforcement he was frustrated with both political parties. Prosecutors want Cole, though, to stay in jail until his trial. Defense attorneys argued that Cole should be released under close supervision. In the meantime, saying he has no criminal history and does not pose a threat. His attorneys also say he's been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder and obsessive compulsive disorder. Experts say the evidence, though, will be hard to overcome.
It's becoming a pretty much clear-cut case. You've got incriminating statements made after Miranda was given. The real issue here, I think, is to focus people who are engaging in the rage rhetoric today.
Right now, Cole faces a maximum of 30 years in prison if he's convicted. Well, Brown University is implementing new safety measures following a mass shooting that took the lives of 2 students and injured 9 others. The university announcing the new public safety actions ahead of the spring 2026 semester. And those measures include installing more security cameras, adding more panic buttons, and strengthening coordination between campus, local, and regional agencies for mental health. There will also be enhanced public safety training and more messaging about crime prevention and emergency management. New data out now from the CDC shows flu cases continue to spike across the country, all driven by a new variant. It comes as vaccination rates still remain low in the U.S. Fox News senior correspondent Steve Harrigan has more.
Health officials across the country are scrambling to contain a new surge of respiratory illnesses. And while COVID and RSV are on the radar, this year a new variant nicknamed Superflu is causing the most infections.
It just so happens that this subclade K variant that we're seeing really does seem to spread very efficiently. It's just part of its genetic makeup.
You can see here on the CDC's latest flu tracker, most of the country is experiencing high activity. So far this season, we've seen at least 7.5 million cases, 81,000 hospitalizations, and more than 3,000 deaths. Experts say the virus is affecting children more severely.
That's what we've seen in other countries where it's those less than 24 years of age have had really very high rates of hospitalization and ICU admission.
And that trend is expected to continue as people return from holiday travel.
If you go to the urgent care clinics or doctor's offices or even emergency rooms, they're flooded now with a lot of flu patients.
Another big driver, vaccine hesitancy. Only 42% of adults have gotten the flu shot this year. Doctors say while the new variant is not a perfect match for the vaccine, recent analysis from the UK finds the shot offers at least partial protection.
It's never too late to get a vaccine, and really this is the best protection that we can offer at the moment.
The CDC says hand washing can minimize the spread. In Atlanta, Steve Harrigan, Fox News.
But not only that, cases of measles in the U.S. have skyrocketed to the highest level in over 3 decades. The number of recorded measles cases in the U.S. during 2025 topping 2,000 for the first time in more than 30 years, according to the CDC. The measles cases were confirmed across 44 states, and just this month, the contagious virus was detected at 2 major airports during peak holiday travel. One case was identified at Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey and another at Boston Logan Airport. The measles spike is being attributed to a drop in national vaccination rates there as well. In your local headlines now, it appears a rent dispute at Government Plaza in downtown Mobile will continue into the new year. Mobile's chief of operations told city council members the city agrees rent on Government Plaza should increase. However, they oppose the county's proposed hike. The administration is now taking inventory of city-owned real estate, and Mayor Spiro Cheragata says citizens would find it easier to access services in more centralized locations for more than one reason. He says locations outside of downtown avoid the need for metal detectors, which are required at Government Plaza because the court system is also there.
It can be frustrating coming downtown, finding a place to park, getting a ticket, going through security, forgetting you had a pocket knife in your pocket. And so what happens is a lot of the public is grumpy before they even get to a city window.
And Mayor Cheragata says moving some departments out of Government Plaza could free up space he says the county needs for its own staff. Meanwhile, a heads up if you have to take care of any business at Government Plaza. The east entrance at Conception Street will be closed longer than expected. It first closed December 12th and was expected to reopen this week, but now we're told it will be closed until January 20th. Crews there are installing pavers for Government Plaza's new Pocket Park, and for now you should continue to use the Government Street and Joachim Street entrances. Well, new year, new you. We take a look at how to make your resolutions stick in 2026. Plus, happening right now, the Kids Zone officially opening at Mardi Gras Park. Take a look at your screen. The kids await the noon New Year's Eve moon pie drop, and all of this fun is going on until 1 p.m. today. Nick, they might need a light jacket for the daytime, maybe a heavier one for the nighttime.
Yeah, I think it gets chilly as we get to this evening with temperatures in the 30s and 40s. But for this afternoon, 57 degrees, really nice forecast for us under a blue, clear sky. We have a lot more to talk about here on Fox 10 Midday, including your full forecast that is coming up shortly after the break.
You know. Over 40 years of winning, over $1 billion won. You know what to do.
Welcome back in on your New Year's Eve. We tend to start a new year with good intentions, setting goals for ourselves like losing weight or saving more money. But experts say weeks later, many give up and fall back into unhealthy habits. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has tips on how to make your 2026 resolutions stick.
It's almost another year, and you may have another resolution. Or maybe it's the same goal you've tried but weren't able to achieve in years past.
Where we fail is that we don't have a system. How are we going to get to those goals?
Kenny Tello with Orlando Health says the first step to making resolutions stick is to have a plan, map out each step and the resources needed to accomplish your goals. Next, he says not to rely solely on motivation.
Motivation helps us begin, but then motivation actually fades.
Instead, Tello says to develop discipline. Do that by starting small. If your goal is to exercise more, start out by going on a 20-minute walk after lunch or dinner. Maybe aim for 2 or 3 times a week and add more as you get stronger.
Just making it sustainable, making it easy, making it attractive for you as well.
Tello says to also have a support system, friends and family who can get involved and encourage you. And finally, Tello says attach your resolution to a higher purpose or a deeper sense of meaning.
I'm a father and I want to be here for my daughter. So therefore, I want to be healthy.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, today is officially New Year's Eve, and there are plenty of events happening all across the Gulf Coast, including right now in downtown Mobile. That's where we find my friend Brendan Kirby. And Brendan, I know the party is starting early for the kids down there.
Yeah, Ashlyn, and you really couldn't ask for better weather. I know it's going to be cold tonight, but today it's just a little brisk. It's great. We're here in Mardi Gras Park, and let me just show you what's going on. All kinds of activities here over the next couple hours. We got bounce houses, we got moon pies, we got music, we got some people up on stilts. I don't know what you call those guys, but a lot of really cool stuff going on here. And as you can see, the weather is clear. A lot of stuff for kids. This is going to be going on here downtown for a couple of hours. This is just a warm-up to the big event. We've got the iconic moon pie drop that's going to happen at midnight. We're ringing in the new year, and we'll be back later in the show to check on what's going on here. Ashwin, back to you.
Great to see that it's looking good out there. This is a live look now from Lake Effect Snowland. This is Marquette, Michigan. Lake Effect Snowland. Let me tell you, they're dealing with a system right now that's clipping the Great Lakes region, and snow. I don't think it's stopped snowing there for a while. That was the view from Marquette, Michigan. In fact, that storm system is actually going to bring a chance for snow to the northeast tonight. So that's going to be something to look out for. I think even in Times Square, they might be dealing with some snow tonight. Our local New Year's forecast is chilly overnight. 40s and 30s around midnight tonight after a very pleasant afternoon. Then looking ahead to Thursday afternoon, temperatures become quite mild. 65 degrees is our forecast. Now looking close at the forecast tonight, clear skies are expected, but that means temperatures are going to go down a bit. 9 p.m. I have 39 degrees in Monroeville, 41 in Mobile, and 46 in Pensacola. I think by midnight We could see upper 30s in Mobile, 44 in Pensacola, dropping to 42 by midnight. Middle 30s inland, 36 in Grove Hill, 35 in Monroeville, and 34 in Evergreen. So with these kinds of numbers, make your plans now to dress appropriately. It's not super cold. It's not going to be super breezy, but it's just going to be a bit chilly. Then tomorrow, the mild weather settles in, and we start 2026 with a mild forecast. 65 degrees in Mobile, 67 in Crestview, 66 in Bruton, and 67 in Grove Hill. A pleasant afternoon for the first afternoon of the new year. The almanac shows us below average today for temperatures. Tomorrow, those temperatures go above average. Same deal in Pensacola. Our forecast today, 55 degrees. Tomorrow, we're going to be in the 60s. That goes above average. And overall, the pattern to start the new year is warmer. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s for your afternoons. That runs around 5 to 10 degrees above average. Now, the long-range forecast shows warmer than average temperatures pretty likely. This is the Climate Prediction Center's outlook for the period January 6th through January 10th. And indications are that warmer than average temperatures are likely even in our area. That would probably put us in the upper 60s, mid 60s, or possibly even low 70s. And I think that's where our forecast is putting us for the long range. What about the rainfall almanac? Well, for the year, 63.92 inches in Mobile. That is about a 3-inch deficit. Next rain chance does not come until the new year. We have to wait till Friday and Saturday. Really, it's a Friday night rain chance, but there could be some thunderstorms around on Saturday as well, the first half of the day. The GFS forecast model showing this and how it plays out. It's a low pressure system that passes off to our north. We're on the south side of it in a sector that is featuring warmer air, more humid air, and the potential for some unstable air. So we could see some thunderstorms with this early on Saturday morning. This passes through, and then we're left with a clearer picture on Saturday night. You can see not a lot happening there once that passes, and temperatures don't drop that much after it. Latest update with the GFS forecast model, a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain or less for this one system, and that's the only system we have in our forecast over the next 7 days. Otherwise, it is definitely a warmer pattern ahead. The 10-day outlook looking well through the first week of the new year. You see those temperatures staying in the 70s. It looks like the next rain chance would come pretty much after or right at the tail end of this 10-day forecast that you see here. So for now, we're chilly, but mild weather returns for the new year.
Looking forward to it. Nick, thank you. It's 11:20 now on your New Year's Eve. This story coming up, 2 people getting dangerously close to Hawaii's Kilauea volcano as it erupts, and all of it was caught on camera. We'll show you more of this video after the break.
Today, or visit alabamablue.com/getbluenow.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday. We are taking a live look at I-10 westbound right now. This is breaking news, a serious crash taking place right here. You are again taking a live look at the scene. We see several emergency vehicles as well. We were told that Life Flight was on the ground, so we are watching this unfold right now. Still few details, but Nicholas is following this for us on the traffic tracker.
Yeah, this was an overturned vehicle, I-10 westbound around mile marker 37. This is in between exit 35 and 38. If you're familiar, it's in between 181 and 98. That's where this overturned vehicle is. It's in the westbound lane. If you are on 181 or if you're traveling to Mobile from Florida, you're going to have to get off at that 181 exit, which is exit 38, and go and take 31. 31 is also starting to back up. But here's the deal again. What you're looking at is the traffic tracker showing you the closure. That's in purple here of Interstate 10 westbound. There is also, and you saw it in that shot, an emergency vehicle on the side of the eastbound lane in I-10. and that is slowing down the eastbound side. Eastbound is not closed. Eastbound is still moving, but westbound in between is closed, and there it is again. You have a helicopter on scene of an overturned vehicle in between 181 exit and 98 exit in Baldwin County. If you're trying to get to Mobile, you're going to have to take 31 and take the causeway to get there, or you can hop onto the Bayway at the last moment. Bayway is running clear at this moment. So again, this is in between 181 and 98 here in Baldwin County. I-10 westbound is closed. We'll keep you updated.
All right, Nick, thank you. And of course, we will be asking law enforcement what led to this incident throughout the day. Be sure to stay with us on Fox 10 News, like Nick said, for all updates there. Well, back in our normal headlines now, the bodies of 3 hikers have been recovered along a popular trail in Southern California. Search and rescue crews found 3 hikers dead on the treacherous Devil's Backbone Trail at Mount Baldy after one of them, a 19-year-old man, fell about 500 feet. The bodies were discovered Monday night after a winter storm blanketed the peak with snow. Recovery efforts were hampered for hours yesterday because of the dangerous weather conditions on the rugged trail. And then former world heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua surviving a car crash that killed 2 of his friends and team members on Monday, according to Nigerian authorities and his promoter. The incident occurred on a busy stretch of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, which connects Ogun to the commercial center of Lagos. Joshua, who has family ties in Ogun, sustained only minor bruises, but Joshua's friends, Sina Gami and Kevin Latif Ayodele, were killed in the crash, according to Joshua's promoter. Matchroom Boxing and Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, according to the Ogun State Police Command, say, quote, Anthony Joshua is well and responding to treatment, end quote. Joshua is receiving medical care at Duchess International Hospital in Lagos, Nigeria. Well, 2 people get a little too close for comfort near an erupting volcano on Tuesday. This footage, captured by a U.S. Geological Survey webcam, shows 2 people walking very closely to Hawaii's Kilauea volcano. During the footage, the volcano sporadically erupts while both people walk back and forth. Now, the USGS estimates the eruptions caught on camera were at least 100 feet in height. Kilauea, which is one of the most active volcanoes in the world, has erupted sporadically since December 23rd. Some scary moments there. It is 11:27 on your New Year's Eve, and straight ahead we have your full New Year's Eve events happening today all across the Gulf Coast, including the noon New Year's Eve moon pie drop in Mobile, which is about to happen in 30 minutes. We'll take you there. Plus, here's a question for you. Are you sick of being bombarded with survey requests from companies wanting your opinion? Well, truth is, you are not alone. We'll have much more on this after the break. Nick, let's check on the traffic really quickly.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. The traffic tracker on Interstate 10, to put this in perspective, that's 98, that's 181 right there. And the closure is westbound right now because of an overturned vehicle. 181, the diverging diamond that's there, that intersection, it looks like it's still flowing okay at this point based on the live cameras, but there is quite the backup. You're going to need to exit because this is not opening up, at least in the near term, according to what we can see so far. We'll keep you updated. Overturned vehicle, Interstate 10 westbound in between exit 35 and 38. We'll be right back.
We've made, and to the many more to come.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
Welcome back. Today is New Year's Eve, and there are plenty of events happening all across the Gulf Coast, including one right now in downtown Mobile. Again, that's where we find my friend Brendan Kirby. And Brendan, I know this party is starting really early for the kiddos. Are you going to get into it yourself?
Yeah, I mean, this is awesome out here, Ashton, and I've actually got Mobile's Mayor, Spirit Chair Goddess with us, and you really couldn't have asked for a better day for your first New Year's Eve as mayor.
Like, it's so bright, I have to wear shades. It's beautiful out here. It's a little chilly, but in the sun, it feels like spring break. Kids are having fun. We're about 15 minutes away from the second line, so still time to come downtown, bring the kids, enjoy. We're going to drop the moon pie at noon, so just a lot of fun today.
So talk about that. We're in the kids zone here. Of course, the big moon pie event tonight, but for the kids, they get their own moon pie event. What is that like?
We don't really want any kids out here at midnight. You know, it's probably not their thing. So we want them to enjoy, you know, the fun of this celebration that's very unique to Mobile. And, you know, so doing it at noon gives them a chance to get out here, hopefully get the parents to wear them out, you know, get them ready to get tucked in bed so they can come back out and celebrate tonight at midnight.
So before you were mayor, were you a big participant in these kind of New Year's events?
You know, I can't say that I was. I have been downtown during the moon drop, but I've never sat there and watched the moon pie drop except on TV. So I'm looking forward to getting a chance to do it now.
And of course, you have little kids, so I mean that kind of complicates things coming down on it.
So you know, it's been going on for many years now, about the same time that I had very young kids at home. So you know, my midnight partying days are well behind me, but hopefully I can hold out this year.
And so I know police are going to have beefed up presence. You feel pretty good about the security tonight?
The safety's paramount, you know, and we want to make sure that everybody can come here, enjoy themselves, and feel safe. And so we've beefed up presence of police all the time, daily in downtown. We want people to see our law enforcement when they're down here. And that will be triply true this evening.
What are you looking at heading into 2026? This will be your first full year as mayor. What's in store for the city in 2026?
2026 is going to be a good year. You know, this arena is growing every day. I'm watching it out of my window. I honestly, end of 2026, this thing will be all but done. We've got the airport opening in 2026. And, you know, for me, the whole year I'm going to spend working towards how do we activate our waterfront? How do we get people downtown enjoying our waterfront on a daily basis? You know, and I know I've said that I think that means making Water Street something different than it is today. And we're actively working on that. Had a meeting on it yesterday. So,
all right, great. Well, Ashton, you know, this party here goes on until 1 o'clock. So if you're close by, there's still time to come by. We got music, we got bounce houses, we even have some moon pies to eat. So this is going to be a great event. And sending it back to you.
All right, Brendan, have fun out there. Thank you, and thank you, Mayor Cherigatis. That's not all, though, for celebrations over on the Eastern Shore. Fairhope is hosting its own New Year's Eve celebration. The event kicking off tonight at 8:30. Again, a fun time with live music, family activities like face painting, balloon animals, and games, so much more. The night does come to an end with a midnight ball drop and, of course, fireworks. And then it will be a massive New Year's Eve celebration at the Wharf in Orange Beach. The fun starts in just a few hours. Families can enjoy inflatables, face painting, and much more. And we're told there will be a special kids confetti drop at noon. There's also going to be plenty of live music and lots of other fun, which ultimately leads up to the Marlin drop at midnight, followed by a fireworks display. And it will be incredible, as you can tell on your screen. And fireworks will help ring in the new year over Pensacola Beach. They are set to go off at midnight overlooking the Santa Rosa Sound from the Pensacola Beach Boardwalk. This display is provided by the Pensacola Beach Chamber, the Santa Rosa Island Authority, and the Escambia County Tourist Development Council. Lots of fun out there. All right, we are taking a live look into Baldwin County at that major traffic delay we were talking about. We know a vehicle has overturned on I-10 westbound between exit 35 and 38. Still unclear what caused this incident, but Nick, we know it's serious based on what we're looking at.
Yeah, we just had, and you can see two vehicles there leaving, a fire truck and an ambulance there, and we had Lifelight, the helicopter, on scene there just moments ago. It looks like that helicopter has left the scene. I also want to direct your attention to a couple things in this picture. First of all, you're looking at the one that's closed. That is the westbound lane of I-10 between 181 and 98, exit 35 and 38. On the right side of your screen, that's the eastbound lane. Notice how that eastbound lane is slowing down there. So if you're traveling eastbound, it's about to be slower. You can take 90. Zooming on into the accident there, you can see what maybe looks like some of the vehicles that were involved. And look at the top of the screen, people are out of their vehicles. If you're familiar with with that area, if you turn onto Interstate 10 from 181, there's a pretty big gap with no exits there, and you're just kind of stuck there. You can't really get out. So that's the closure that we have right now. Everybody that is stuck in that area is having to stay there until this gets cleared up. Looking at it on the traffic tracker will show you what it is. And again, you're in between 98 and 181. The accident itself occurred about right here. All the folks that had already gotten on, they're stuck on this part of Interstate 10. Now, I mentioned eastbound slowing down. That's the red that you see right here, and that's going towards Florida. 31 seems to be doing okay right now, but there's a little bit of backup there. And I've been checking the cameras here near 181. This intersection here, it looks like a lot more traffic is building up in this intersection. So just keep that in mind. This is probably going to go on for a little while longer here, maybe in terms of hours, depending on what has happened there. Again, we don't know the details. We'll hop over back to this intersection here. Looks like Interstate 10 Bayway is doing just fine, so you have no issues there. I'll hop up at 31. We're 31 getting towards the causeway. There are two lights right here, and those lights having to handle a little bit more of a volume of traffic because a lot of folks who are trying to get eastbound and westbound Interstate 10 are having to take this. So everybody who's heading westbound has to get off at 181 or before that to take 31 to get around this accident. Here's what it looks like right now in Daphne. This is Interstate 10 Bayway. As you can see, it is flowing very smoothly at this point, and thankfully the slowdown eastbound is not very bad. You can see how sparse the traffic is going westbound because a lot of folks are just taking the causeway. Forecast-wise, we're doing fine this afternoon. It's a lovely day with temperatures in the 50s, just cool. Our live cameras, this is what we were looking at earlier. Mardi Gras Park looking lovely. Great event going on there with the noon moon pie drop happening there for the kids. Next 48 hours, let's go through it on the Futurecast here. Temperatures in the 50s eventually. Tonight, we're going to be in the 40s and 30s. Going to be chilly, so grab your jackets, but light winds out there, so that's not a huge concern. It's not going to be brutally cold. It's just going to be chilly. As we start our Thursday, it's going to be chilly with temperatures in the low 30s in our inland spots, but by the afternoon, temperatures warm all the way up into the 60s under a clear sky. Clouds start to come in the picture late on Thursday. By Friday, we have a very small rain chance late in the day. Friday night is when we'll actually see more significant chance for rain. This is at noon. Temperature around 70 degrees on Friday, so it will be warm. Here's your New Year's Eve forecast. Check out closest to your location to get your number. Kind of sampling locations area wide here. 39 is the number we have in Mobile. I have 36 in Evergreen, so inland spots could be a little bit colder. Fairhope 44 for their festivities and celebrations there. 46 in Gulf Shores. I mentioned that we have some changes in the forecast. By Thursday, 65 degrees for your temperature, a milder afternoon for us. Next rain chance comes in the new year, Friday into Saturday. As we've been talking about it, we'll see increasing cloud cover late on Thursday. Friday, we could see a shower or two, but Friday night, it's kind of the big show there. After that, temperatures stay very mild over the next 10 days, 60s and 70s. I'll let you look at the 7-day forecast. That rain chance Friday into Saturday, we could see some thunderstorms with it. We'll keep you updated. Stay tuned as we could see a couple stronger ones. But other than that, a quiet start overall to the new year.
Thank you, Nick. Rate Me Culture has corporations reaching out to you, asking you for their opinion on products and services. But do you fill out the surveys coming to you via email and text? And does it actually color your experience? Fox News senior national correspondent Kevin Cork has this story from Washington.
It's happening more and more. After you complete a business transaction, you're asked to take a survey about your experience.
I won't do it. I feel like it's free marketing and free market research for companies that should pay for it.
The rise of the internet and texting have given companies an easier and cheaper way to gather information and improve the customer service experience.
The more data that companies have, right, the more empowered they are to make a decision. If you're a company of like, yes, we want to get this data, but how invasive into our customers' lives do we really want to be?
A lot of Americans say they're feeling survey fatigue. and that's leading them to provide incomplete or low-quality responses or ignore the survey altogether.
They usually come to my email, and I've gotten bad about just kind of ignoring all the things that pile up in my email, so I don't give them too much thought.
Marketing experts warn the data collected might be inaccurate because it's not a random sample pool.
They're only getting the people who are choosing to do it. So if they had a really positive customer service experience and really love the product, they're going to be more likely to respond. If they had a really negative customer service experience or a really negative experience with a product or an experience, then they're going to be more likely to respond.
And just because companies can reach out to you doesn't mean they necessarily should.
The more that you bombard people with these kinds of survey requests, there is some evidence that it reduces the satisfaction that people have with these products.
Surveys with fewer questions are generally more likely to be completed. A HubSpot survey showed 43% of respondents preferred to spend less than 10 minutes on their answers. I concur. In Washington, Kevin Cork, Fox News.
It is 11:42 now. We are again taking a live look into Baldwin County. Following that breaking news, we know one vehicle has overturned. We're seeing several emergency crews on scene as well. This happened on I-10 westbound between exit 35 and 38. Nick, it looks like traffic might be moving a little faster. What's the latest?
So what's happened, it looks like they have opened one lane. That is the left lane there, Interstate 10 westbound. So now we're going to see traffic moving. The backup was pretty bad, and all those folks that were there, if something happens in this area, you end up getting stuck on that section of I-10. So glad we have one lane open. Of course, we'll be working for more information.
All right. Yeah, we'll be back with more Fox 10 midday after.
Telemundo Mobile Pensacola, available now.
Welcome back. With the new year just hours away now, we already have a lot of big events on the calendar for 2026. Fox News correspondent Mike Emanuel gives us the rundown.
As we close out 2025, there's plenty to look forward to in the new year, from global sporting events to one very big birthday celebration. Let's take a look at what's ahead in 2026. It's going to be a big year for sports, and it all starts in February at the Winter Olympics. The Milan Cortina Games will be held in Italy from the 6th through the 22nd, marking the first time the country has hosted the Games in 2 decades.
They will actually be held across a large swathe of northern Italy in the most widespread Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games ever.
Just 2 days after the Olympic Games begin, Super Bowl 60 gets underway at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. While the final matchup hasn't been determined yet, we do know who will be headlining the halftime show. Global superstar Bad Bunny is expected to draw plenty of viewers as one of the most streamed artists in the world. But his selection did spark some backlash, with critics calling out the Puerto Rican performer's decision to skip the U.S. while touring this year, over his fear that ICE would raid his concerts. Despite some calls for a new performer, the NFL is standing by its pick.
I'm not sure we've ever selected an artist where we didn't have some blowback or criticism. It's pretty hard to do it when you have literally hundreds of millions of people that are watching.
The action continues in the summer at the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
United States of America.
The U.S. is co-hosting the tournament with Canada and Mexico, with 11 cities across the country set to welcome soccer fans from around the globe.
I should not say soccer because I know what it's called. The rest of the world calls it football.
The 2026 tournament will be bigger than ever before, with 48 teams expanded from 32. Competing in 104 games over 5 weeks. In the first round, the U.S. team heads to Los Angeles, where they'll face off against Paraguay and Australia. The World Cup kicks off on June 11th, right here on Fox.
This will be a time like you've never had in your lives.
Get ready to party like it's 1776. This year, America will celebrate a big birthday on July 4th, marking 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. There will be celebrations across the country throughout the year, like historical reenactments, including the Boston Tea Party and Paul Revere's Ride, major museum exhibits, and various educational programs.
We will renew the patriotism, pride, and pioneering spirit of America and lay the groundwork for the next 250 years of independence and freedom.
Celebrations will culminate in a massive Independence Day celebration in our nation's capital. And in the fall, Americans will head to the polls for the midterm elections. Democrats will be looking to extend gains they made this November. Key wins in states like New Jersey and Virginia have ramped up the pressure for the GOP, who hope to retain their razor-thin majority. With the economy remaining a top issue for Americans, Democrats are zeroing in on what they are calling an affordability crisis.
Costs are not down, they're going up.
Meanwhile, President Trump and Republicans are putting the focus on policies they say are helping to bolster the economy, including the rollback of fuel efficiency standards, cuts to prescription drug prices, and baby bonds.
We've stopped inflation in its tracks, and there is still more to do. There's always more to do.
These are just some of the top stories we are looking ahead to in the new year, and we'll be here to cover it all. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Time now is 11:51. Here we are still following the incident that we're watching. This is in between exit 35 and 38 in Baldwin County. It looks like we have a lane that's moving now, but I've been keeping an eye on what's happening on 181. They are not letting people on to Interstate 10 still from that exit 38 right now, at least as of my last look. So they're letting some of that traffic clear out. So in a way, Interstate 10 westbound is still closed in between 35 and 38. An accident there with an overturned vehicle. We'll be keeping an eye on this. If you're in the 181 area in between 181 and 31, there's a lot of vehicles over there right now. So keep that in mind. Also, it looks like Interstate 10 Bayway is doing just fine. No issues there. But if you are trying to get to Mobile and you're in this area, you're going to have to get around this. Interstate 10 at mile marker 37 is where the accident occurred. We'll keep you updated. I'll have another update coming up.
Toyotathon is on at Eastern Shore Toyota.
All right, welcome back in on your New Year's Eve. Another check on the forecast for today.
So we're going to focus in right at those temperatures, which is it's going to be a clear sky. So the temperatures are the only focus here for tonight's forecast. We're going hour by hour. This is 10 o'clock. 41 in Mobile, 44 in Pensacola. 11 o'clock, 39 in Mobile, 44 in Pensacola. Midnight, 39 in Mobile, 42 in Pensacola, with temperatures in the middle 30s in our inland spots. So you need jackets. Is there going to be wind? Not a lot. Looks like winds stay pretty light for our forecast, and that's good news for us as we're heading through the overnight hours. If you're outside, grab the jacket, dress appropriately, have some fun. It is going to be a great night. I wish and I hope for you that you have a wonderful, wonderful night tonight as you're bringing in the new year. Now, as we go through the morning on our Thursday, whoever happens to be up at these hours, you're going to see temperatures in the low 30s inland, so it's going to be quite cold. 7-day forecast, a couple things that we want to talk about here. Notice that it's mild as we start 2026. In fact, Thursday afternoon, a decent warm up there. And we have temperatures in the low 70s and middle and upper 60s in this forecast. There is a rain chance in there. It is a rain chance that is Friday into Saturday. Some thunderstorms are possible with this. That's what it looks like at midnight on Friday night into Saturday morning. Then that clears out and we reset temperatures a little bit, but overall a mild forecast to start over the next 10 days.
All right, we'll take it. Listen, thank you for spending time with us on your New Year's Eve here on Fox 10. We are taking another live look into Baldwin County. Nick, we will be tracking this today.
Yeah, it looks like traffic is flowing there. We'll keep you updated on this. You can check traffic on fox10tv.com as well. We'll keep you updated.
I've been waiting to say this. See you next year on Fox 10 Midday.